All right, what's up, guys? Mike from the Poke Swag Shop here, and I have a story I want to share with you all today. But I want to put a few disclaimers before we jump into this. So the title of this video is probably going to be something along the lines of, did I just buy an EX Deoxys booster box? I don't want to clickbait you. No, I didn't, but I really tried this week, and this is the story of that. It's a very irritating story. This is basically a rant. I'm going to be cussing. I'm going to be irritated. That's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes I'm in a really great mood. Sometimes I'm not. I'm actually in a decent mood right now. Just the whole week has been just absolutely trashed because of this situation. And it's just really annoying. I got my hopes up. I was very excited about getting an EX Deoxys booster box. And just like a kid with candy, like you're just like pulling it along, or like a dog with meat. You're just pulling it along and I just keep chomping and you just keep pulling it. And so finally I just snapped. So basically this is the story of that. This is about Gengar PokePros. I talked about this on my Instagram for a bit. I posted something along the lines, I don't have it here, but I posted something along the lines of don't do business with this guy, etc. He wasted my time all week. Fuck this guy, essentially. Which I shouldn't have done. So Gengar, I'm sure you'll watch this. I apologize. If you guys want to take your business to Gengar, he's legit. And I wanted to say this at the beginning of the video anyway, regardless of this, but I was thinking about this like 20 minutes ago, saying I should probably take that post down. But he's legit. There's nothing wrong in the sense of that. He's not a scammer. I want to make that very clear. If you want to buy something from him, he's legit. I've done business with him before, but I'm going to get into that. And I'm going to get into why we had an issue and why I'm just not going to do business with him anymore. So I did post that on my Instagram, which I shouldn't have posted. And I do apologize about that. Just because of the whole don't do business with this guy, that just didn't resonate with me later once I calmed down. I was like, no, that's not right, because he's not a scammer. He's not anything like that. He's just really bad at doing business, like really, really bad. So it gives off the vibe for people seeing that, oh, he's a scammer, which is not true. So I want to make that abundantly clear. So we're going to dive into this. I'm going to try to go over this as quickly as possible because, I mean, there's just a lot to go over, whatever. But Gengar already went on a rant on his story about me, which I find hilarious. Let's see here if I can pull it up real quick. He's talking about me. I haven't really read it or anything, essentially, but all I'm seeing right now are text messages, right? Text messages are about 40% of what happened. There's a bunch of DMs and stuff. So it's just really funny that, like, he's talking shit about me and like trying to clarify the situation, but doesn't mention over half of the conversation here. I left him a voicemail. I have a voice message I sent him. It's right here. I have a bunch of DMs and he's just posting the part where I snap and I'm like, bro, I'm done with you. And it's just funny because obviously if you post drama and you're just talking about you snapping, like obviously I'm going to look bad, right? So I just think it's really funny that like he doesn't post all of him, all the stuff he did. So I'm going to get into that. But anyway, what's the goal of this video? I'm just ranting. That's it. I'm not trying to cancel Gengar PokePros. He's a legit person. He has his own shop. Don't be sending hate to him, etc. I'm just ranting. That's it. Sometimes I just want to rant to my community because I'm close with you guys and I just want to talk about Pokemon, and that's it. If you guys want to buy packs from him, go ahead. It just didn't work for me in the way that I do business with him. That's it. That's it. So like I said, he's legit. I just didn't gel with him. That's it. So here's why I didn't gel with him. So anyway, I've done business with him before. He's always very slow. And what do I mean by very slow? He takes days to respond to messages. He takes hours to respond to messages. He takes a long, long time. He drags things out way longer than they need to be. And somebody who's trying to have new inventory every single week, that doesn't work. I need stuff shipped. I need it shipped now. If any of you guys have done business with me before where I'm buying something from you, you guys know how I run. I'm like, here's the money. I need it shipped yesterday. I'm always like that. I'm like a seller's paradise in the sense that I'm ready to pay. I'll pay it now, and I want it yesterday, and that's it. The only problems I do run in usually with some people is I want it overnighted, and sometimes people don't want to cover that, and I'm a little cheap. That's it. I'm just trying to make my profit margins. So that's really the only problem I run into usually is that there's like an overnighting issue or something like that where we have to debate it for a minute. But it's never like a really big thing. So anyway, here's what happened. I reached out to him because I saw that he had Deoxys packs. I saw that he had a few other packs. I saw that he had bought in somebody's collection recently, which actually, let's just take a look at it real quick. Obviously, eye-catching, right? It's like, whoa, 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 what's going on here, right? Like the haul of the century, right? And I'll get into why this post is so ridiculous. and funny to me. And that's the guy right there. That's him. Which is funny. We kind of look very similar. But anyway, so obviously eye catching. I'm like, great. I've been looking at this for like 3-4 weeks now, and finally I'm like, you know what? I think I'm ready. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I'm only gonna message when I'm ready. There's only a very few situations I've ever just messaged when I'm not ready. So anyway, so I reach out to him on Wednesday night. I'm going to go back on these DMs because I want to go through everything here because I think it's quite interesting. I just think you guys will find this interesting. That's all. I said, oh, no, it wasn't even Wednesday. I reached out to him on Tuesday, and then he responded a day later, which is the theme with this whole transaction here. He goes, yo, bro, and then he doesn't respond, which is my bad. Usually I should have responded, but very funny because now I'm just realizing he's the one that's messaging me twice right here in an hour time frame, getting impatient with me not responding. So let's remember that later, actually, because I just realized that. So I said, never mind. He said, okay, hope is all good. And, I was like, you know what? Forget it. Let me get into this. Like, I was a little hesitant about messaging him because he's always been slow and I found other inventory, but I was like, you know what? Let me ask him about these Deoxys packs. So I said, I was going to ask you if you need any EX packs for sale. He says, never hesitate to ask, whatever. Starting off really great. Saw the Latias pull, goddamn, which was the video where I called the Latias pull on the Deoxys box break that somebody else had, etc. Whatever. He says I have Team Rocket, or I have Deoxys, I have Sandstorm, I have Aquapolis, and I have Team Magma Aqua. Great, getting Hull and Phantoms this week, awesome. So I said how much for each. We start to go over that. He says he has almost a full booster box of Deoxys, and then says JK 30 Deoxys, and then the wheels start spinning, and I'm like, these packs are not loose packs that he picked up. This is a box. What? So then I started saying, wait a minute, what's going on with Aquapolis? Can I get a heavy Aquapolis or Deoxys? We start talking about like a couple packs, right? He says, I don't want to weigh unless I buy as weighed. It would kind of leave me in a dilemma. How about this? Of the 11 packs I've left of my full Aquapolis booster box, I'll try those since they came from a separate box, right? Anyway, I go, I know heavies for Deoxys generally speaking, so I could take a good guess. Maybe, maybe not. As far as Deoxys, he says, I'm already selling for way cheaper than Trav. In his defense, the box was sealed. Mine was opened. But it's definitely a fire price, $850. Not denying that. Great price. Dang, it's from an opened box. This is where I start getting the wheel spinning. I'm like, okay, this is an open box of 30 packs. And then we start talking about this. We're just going back and forth. This is very usual transaction stuff, right? He's very quick to respond here. This is great, right? No problems here. He starts talking about 700 for Aquapolis. I'm like, I don't really have that much money to do that. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to do that because it sounds kind of silly once I get onto what happens later. So I told him, I said, I didn't see a box for Deoxys, right? Like I literally don't see a box at all. And so in the background, this is how bad at this guy is at marketing. In the background, right? You post all these packs, but there's a Deoxys box right there. And you just fail to mention that to anybody. Like he talks about it, but like this is a lot. Like I'm not going to read this. Most people won't. Some people will. Buyers like me probably won't because we're trying to find inventory quickly. So he never really posts the box that much. It's just in the background of everything. Like it's something that's so minutely skipped over. Like whoop, right there. Like just so casually. Like I'm going to miss that. I think most people will. So then I'm thinking, okay, most people are missing that this is a box. I just realized this is a box. I'm down, right? So then I start asking him how much he'd be willing to do for the Deoxys and if he's willing to trade. I'm thinking about I have a Regice Gold Star and a Celebi Gold Star in Japanese Unlimited. They're pop 15 and pop 8. Thinking he might be interested. It's the same category of stuff. It's Gold Stars. So I said I'm thinking about the whole box, because this will be the one and only opportunity I will open a booster box of Deoxys ever. Obviously, I don't have the money to do that, so I start thinking about a business partner, and I get one of my friends involved. I'm not going to say who it is because he doesn't need to be involved in this. I said it would be a massive financial stretch. I'm on the phone with a potential partner right now who's a close friend. Would you be interested if we bought all 30 packs of the box for $500? Just feeling them out. I was willing to do more than that for this case, but I was just feeling them out. He said, yeah, I wouldn't sell them at $850 per... Oh, he says this a little bit confusingly, so I have him clarify it. He says, if you were to buy me out of all 30, I wouldn't price them as high as $850 because I'd be because I'm doing that for like singles or art sets. But obviously all 30 I can give you a deal, but I can't go as low as 500. Fine. Okay. Does that make sense? I go, yeah. I said, what would you be willing to do then? I'm stretching so much just to do 500, which is true. We're talking about like 16K right now or something. So I'm already getting somebody else involved to do this deal. So I said, what are you looking at? I also clarified, I said, this is for all 30 and it only is for all 30. So don't sell any packs, right? Right there, that is a clear indication that I'm only interested in all 30. I've already made it obvious, but right there, I say it even more so, right? This becomes important later. So then he says, I'll sleep on it, which I hate when I'm in the middle of a deal working with somebody on anything. And then they go, I'm going to go to sleep. It's annoying, but in this case, I understood it because of the way he worded it and how big of a deal it was and how much I was trying to get him to go down. He says, I'll sleep on it. I'm like, okay, right? Up until this point, we've had pretty good communication, and it was pretty relatively quick. No complaints, right? It was fine. It was a completely normal deal. Then he said, "I'm in your. You've always been cool. I'll always hear out your offers, right? So we have a good relationship before this day, more or less. So then I told him about the Japanese cards, Pop 15 and Pop 8. And then I said at 4:02 a.m. I was very clear about this. Hit me up when you get up, because if we can work something out, I'll just fly in tonight. I will come to you tonight. I cannot make this deal more easier for you. This is important for a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is I know Gengar PokePros has been dealing with a lot of scams lately. He recently was scammed out of like $40,000 in like product. It was like sealed boxes and stuff. He recently had a trade deal that went sour and they scammed him. So I thought that would provide value to him. It provided value to me to be there. I was assuming it'd be to him too, especially because of all the stuff he's been dealing with lately. So anyway, and then he responds to me at 7:18 a.m. instead of answering any of my questions and trying to figure out anything and trying to move the deal forward at all. He just says, you want to trade the PSA 10 gold stars for all 30 packs? Like, obviously not, dude. Obviously not. So I was trying to do a partial trade plus cash. So this is at 7. This is where we have to start paying attention to time, right? This is 7:18. 7:18 a.m. going to 9:02 a.m., right? I wake up 2 hours later. My bad. I was waiting for him all night. I accidentally fell asleep. My alarm didn't wake me up. Sorry. So I said, no, as part of it, I could do 3,800 in trade value if interested. So you slept on it. Are we at 500 a pack? Can we do that? 9:02 now becomes 1 o'clock. I mentioned him. I wanted to fly out today. So I'm literally standing by trying to figure out if I should book a flight, etc. all day. I'm worried about this. I haven't messaged him. I'm trying not to be up his ass, but it is 4 hours later, something like that. So I made it very clear. That I wanted to come out today and that I was in a rush and that I wanted all 30 packs. I couldn't have been more clear, right? Then I messaged him at 1:21. Are we making a deal? Didn't hear anything for 2 more hours. 2 more hours, right? I've been sitting around all day waiting for this guy. I have Collecticon this weekend. Obviously, he should know that Collecticon is going on. I didn't tell him that I wanted the box for Collecticon, but I did. And so I was willing to go out. I had Black Friday today, which was the next day. So I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, how quick can I get in and out of Miami? That's where he lives, which is like 5-hour flight. So it's a big deal, right? So then at 3:35, I'm like, maybe there's an issue here with him not wanting to sell me packs or something. So I said, hey, what's up with you not responding? I'm trying to work out a deal and see what I need to get done to make this happen, but I can't do anything until we make a deal, right? Like I said, I'm on standby all day. He said, dude, I've been dealing with life. Like I said last night, I was never going to be able to do 500 a pack. I'd be at 19 or 20 for all 30, which is, we're definitely in the same ballpark. Like, I'm trying to get down to 18, and he's talking about 19. So I'm like, great. I'm like, that's where I actually want to be, is at 18. So, which would be 600 a pack, if you can do the math. So, great. I understand you're dealing with life, but earlier in his day, he's posting that he's joyriding an electric car. So, obviously, it's not that important. And you can text me, a quick text. I'm asking for 5 seconds of your time to just let me know what's going on, right? So I'm trying to be nice. I said, all good, bro. So 19, are you interested? I can get my partner to do 17.5. I'm thinking maybe we can meet like at 18 after a bunch of grinding, whatever. I'm just trying to get this as quickly as possible at this point. I said, if you could do that, I'll be on a plane tonight. Like, trying to make it as easy as possible for everybody. And then he acts like I should know that he's going to be out of town. He goes, bro, I won't even be here this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow. Like, thanks for letting me know that. Like, I've been talking about getting on a flight for 12 hours, for 15 hours. Thanks for letting me know. Like, you obviously tell that I'm in a hurry to get this box. But thanks for letting me know that 15 hours later. So I said, are you going at Collecticon? Because if you're jumping on a plane to go somewhere, Collecticon's tomorrow. Seems like that would line up. Can you jump on a call? This is the first time I asked him to jump on a call. I asked him to jump on a call several times for a $20,000 transaction. You would think that would be a fair thing to ask, but he doesn't want to do that. So, okay, this is when we're out of... Okay, so now we're out of DMs. So, again, this is like 3 o'clock at this point, maybe 4 o'clock at this point. Still haven't really heard anything. So now we're going to go over to my text messages. I screenshotted these. Can I pause this? Okay, great. So I go, yo, it's Mike with the Pokey Swag Shop. Can I actually, let me restart this so it has the time. 4:42. This is an hour later. Hey, it's Mike with the Pokey Swag Shop. I'm giving him time, bro. I'm giving him time. He knows I'm in a rush. It's a Deoxys box, right? This is a big deal. I'm not asking for a couple packs here. This is not a normal transaction. This is a $20,000 transaction that we're talking about, that I'm trying to get done within 24 hours. Again, I'm very clear about this from the beginning. Figured it might be a better way to communicate. Can you jump on call? Didn't hear from him for 20 minutes. I decided to give him a call. I left him a voice message. I was very nice. I said, hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with you going out of town, but maybe we could work something out, and maybe I can meet you tonight before you leave, maybe in the morning before you go. If you're going to an airport, maybe we can meet at the airport, etc. That kind of conversation. Again, making it as easy as I can for him. A seller's paradise, in my opinion. I don't know what the fucking problem is here. So then he says, my dude, please have respect for the fact that I have a life and boundaries. Okay. I'm trying to settle down and eat dinner. Well, maybe you wouldn't be eating dinner if you responded to me all day. Maybe we wouldn't have to be dealing with this during dinner. Just a thought. The packs aren't going anywhere. Also, well, I say everything I need to say right here. I'm just trying to make a deal happen. Been trying to talk to you all day. I'm ready to go. Don't you want to sell these? I'm confused. Really confused on trying to meet you tonight and give you $20,000, making the deal as easy as possible for you, is a boundary. But I wish I had these problems. I wish somebody would come and buy $20,000 of inventory from me and meet me in person and make the deal as easy as possible. Absolutely. I wish I had these problems. I really wish I did. So he goes, dude, what the fuck? Like, as if that was out of pocket. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is where it gets absolutely haywire. Right? And so almost everything leading up to this moment is not included on his story, which I think is really funny. So this is a full day of us talking at this point. I reached out to him, like, I think we started talking at like 6 or 7 p.m. the day before. It's almost 6 right now. So this is a full day of me dealing with this. I'm like annoyed because, again, like I said, I've made it very clear that I was in a rush, etc., whatever. So he starts getting into his personal stuff, saying he broke up with his fiance. Okay, great. But like, well, I say everything I need to say right here again. And take care of life, okay? Totally understand and respect that. I do. But the bills don't stop for neither one of us, because apparently you own a card shop and I own a card shop. So our bills don't stop. And I'm trying to make this easy for you. I'm not asking anything hard of you. I'm just asking you to respond and meet me in a day or two at an airport or whatever, whenever you're free. I just want a confirmation that this deal can be done. That's it. That's all I wanted. So really trying to make this process easy for us. I'm offering to come to you and not do the deal online. We both have business to run. Let's get this thing moving. I'm going to stay firm at 19.5. This is after 2 hours. Just finished dinner, so apparently had dinner for 2 hours, whatever. Could finally respond back without being rude to my family. I thought your fiance left you, so why are you being worried about being rude to her? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever. Have dinner with your family. That's great. But again, I tried to talk to you since last night and 7 a.m. So great. Thanks for wasting more of my time. So he's dragging this deal on. The point I'm trying to make is he's dragging this deal on, wasting my time, knowing that I'm trying to jump on the next flight. Just absolutely no regard for my time, what I'm doing. He's not trying to clarify anything. He's not trying to be upfront, not anything. He just doesn't give a fuck about my time or respect my time at all. And I'm doing the best I can to deal with this. If this was any other product or box, I would have been like, I'm out. I'm okay. I'm done. It's not worth it. But it is a Deoxys box that's open. It'll be the only opportunity I ever have to do this. And I love Deoxys. You guys know I love this box. This is the creme de la creme of Pokemon. And I'm a very ADHD person. I'm a very now person. I make that very clear from the start. I'm excited. I'm very passionate about what I do. Obviously, maybe he's not. I don't know. Whatever. He has other stuff going on. That's fine. But like again, I'm not asking him to meet me anywhere crazy. I'm asking for me to go to him. Came to him for the deal. I'm doing everything I can to make this easy for him. And if you really need some time off with your fiance or whatever, because she broke up with you or whatever, it would be nice to do that with 20 grand in your pocket and not have to worry about money for the next couple of days and take a break. So for me, I'm like, what's the problem here? If I had a problem like this personally, I'd be like, great, let's just finish this one deal, get 20K, and then I could take a couple days off and deal with what I need to deal with. I don't know. That's my mentality. But again, that's perspective, etc., whatever. Anyway, so I try to lay some new groundwork and just get started from ground zero. I said, I'm sorry. Would you be able to jump on the phone right now? Like, I'm not trying to upset you. Just true. And then again, he doesn't want to jump on the phone. He wants to do voice notes. Again, this is a $20,000 box. Can you jump on the phone for like 5 minutes? So I give him a voice message saying we can go up to 18,750. That would be $625 a pack. You want $650 a pack? We're right there. Again, I can come out Monday or Tuesday whenever you're back from your vacation. I'm ready to go. I just want confirmation that this deal is going to be done. Just let me know that you can do 18,750 and we're good. I have my business partner. He's agreed to that, whatever. This is like 3 hours later or 2 hours later after that. So thanks for making me wait around again, knowing that I'm in a rush to get this thing done. He says, I'll be back Monday. Not a bad. This is where I lose my shit. Because it has been it's been a day at this point, a little over a day. He's dragged this thing on, and then this is where he hits me with something that just was out of the blue. He knows I wanted all 30 packs. He knows I was in a rush. Here, I'm just going to read it. I'll be back Monday. Not a bad offer, and I appreciate the counter. I should have mentioned I'd like to personally keep an art set for myself, if that's all right with you. You're going to mention that now? After a whole day of me trying to get your attention? Like, what are you doing, bro? What a waste of my fucking time, dude. Like, I didn't sleep for 2 days. Like, I'm literally staring at my phone waiting for this guy to message me, seeing if I need to get on a flight. Okay? If you can manage 17K for the remaining 26, which is hilariously actually $4 more per pack than what 19.5 was. So not only is he going to last minute say that he wants an art set, but he wants to do like $120 extra dollars for the remaining packs, which is just like, what? So you're going to randomly throw this on me, which is super rude because you knew I wanted all 30. You're going to throw this on me a day into the deal and then ask me to pay more per pack after you've done this. Not even a courtesy like, hey, I'll do $625 since I didn't tell you before. Hey, I'll do $640 since I didn't tell you before. Like, whatever, blah, blah. No, he wants me to pay more now. Like, bro. Oh, my God. So he says, I have to go to bed now. So he's going to go to sleep again in the middle of the deal. This is 2 days now. 2 days. We're going to go on our second day now. Oh, my God. We got to wait for this guy to have a nap again. Okay. He says, I promise I'll hit you back earlier in the AM than I did yesterday. Okay. I stayed up all night waiting for this guy to wake up so that we can finish this deal. This is how much I want Deoxys packs, right? And I told him specifically, I want 30 packs. If we do the deal, I'm offering them as an almost complete booster box for my shop. 17K would be more than the original offer of $650 a pack. So that was stupid. I've been waiting. And then 10 a.m. comes along. He messaged me at 7 yesterday. He promised me that he would message me earlier today. Doesn't message me. It's 10:15 a.m. I've been up for like 48 hours. I am irritated. I have Collecticon tomorrow. I have Black Friday tonight. I am like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I'm trying to figure out if I have buying power at Collecticon or if I'm going to have a Deoxys box and I'm not going to buy anything. I have a handful of lanes that I can go into right now and I need to pick one, right? And I'm like, I need to merge into my lane and this guy just won't let me into my lane. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So after not responding to me and me needing to message him again, this is where I get super irritated. He goes $388 more per pack at that rate, acting like that's not a big deal. It is a big deal because it's the principle of the thing. You're asking me to pay more per pack after you didn't communicate with me. So it's rude. It's just rude. It doesn't matter if it's $4 per pack or $200. It's just the fact that you wanted me to pay that much more per pack. It was rude. Plain and simple. And you didn't respect the fuck out of my time at all. This is 2 days into talking now. I'd like to keep an art set for my collection. Earlier in the night, yesterday, he said, if that's okay with you. So he made it sound like I could deny that request again, which is why I stayed up all night, because I denied the request, and I'm waiting to hear from him in the morning to see if we could do 18,750. He doesn't let me deny that request, even though he said if that's okay with you, which heavily implies that I can say, no, it's not okay with me. So that's the only way I'll go forward, is with the 26 packs and you do 17K. And then that's when I lose my fucking shit, bro. I said, no, you've wasted my fucking time. You are unprofessional. You had weeks to take an art set. He has had these packs for sale for almost a month, and nobody has bought any of the Deoxys packs. He could have took an art set and said he had 26 available. I said, you didn't. I've been trying to talk to you an entire day, and you wasted the hell out of my time just to tell me that you want an art set, which I made very clear at the beginning, like I said in the video, that I wanted 30, and that it was only 30 that I wanted. I'm so pissed and irritated right now. I'm not buying anything from you. It was so disrespectful for you to hit me with that again after sleeping again and staying up all night waiting for you. Icing on the cake is you expect me to pay more per pack than what you originally told me at the 19.5, etc. You don't drop that on somebody after a day of negotiations. You just don't. You don't. If you had stuff going on where your fiance was breaking up with you and you wanted to go out of town and you had an art set, that's stuff that you all mention. Like, hey, I'm a little busy this weekend. Could we talk on Monday? Also, I was thinking about taking an art set for myself. So really, it's only 26 that are available. I'd have said, oh, okay, I probably might be interested still. We'll see how Collect-A-Con goes. I'll talk to you on Monday. Like, that's all you had to say. But you didn't say any of that. You just kept dragging it on and giving me I'm like a dog, and the meat's in front of me, and I'm just like about to bite it, and then he just like pulls it away, and I'm just like following it around, and I'm like, you're just wasting my time. Like at some point, I'm going to snap at you. So that's where we're at. So anyway, I said, you don't drop that on somebody after a day of negotiations, and when I've clearly been sitting around waiting for you to fucking respond for the entirety of that time, and then go back to sleep and ask for more money than you offered on 30, and then say, if that's all right with you, implying that I can deny the request. This is all stuff that I already said. And then I have to wait 13 hours for another response. I promise I'll hit you back earlier tomorrow. You don't value anyone's time at all. The world doesn't revolve around you. I don't care what you're going through right now. You have a shop. You have an image of what you're doing, etc. I'm coming to you for $20,000 in packs. I'm not asking for $500 in packs. I'm not asking for $1,000. This is a big deal. I made it very clear I wanted to fly out immediately. I made it very clear that I wanted all 30 packs. Respect my fucking time, bro. If you can't do that, let me know that right away. Don't like act like you can do it and then just keep stringing it along and being like, well, I can't go out of town. I have 30 packs though. Oh, I don't have 30 packs. Blah, 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 blah. Actually, I'm not going to go down, or I'm not going to go, whatever. It was just like, bro, what are you doing? So anyway, complete waste of my time. I went off on him. And then he said, you're literally throwing a fit about 388 difference per pack. Oh, wait, no. I was responding to something a little bit earlier. Yeah, respecting his boundaries. That doesn't make any sense at all. He said something here about, like, you're acting like you couldn't do anything unless I was texting you, etc. Like, you just... Where is it? Oh, here we go. And acting like you literally haven't been able to function without me responding to you. I haven't. I literally have stopped all operations at my shop because I told you I wanted to fly out to you. And yes, you said you couldn't later on. So then I'm thinking, okay, can I come on Monday? Whatever. I have Collect-A-Con going on. And then you mentioned you want an art set at the last minute. Like, what the fuck? And this is not the first time I had to deal with this. I've done box deals with people, and then the last minute they're like, oh, I want a pack out of that box. I'm like, no, we never talked about that at all at any point in our deal. So irritating. So anyway, I said, I told you I was on standby for a plane. I told you I had a bunch of plans. I told you that this was determining all that. I'm running a business. We're trying to free up. You're trying to free up as much amount of money, or if you're trying to, we're trying to free up as much money as we can to try to buy this box. And yeah, I have a partner involved. We're all on standby, and I can't run my shop without making a damn decision because I'm trying to buy product elsewhere. You're not the only deal I'm working right now, right? Anyway, that is why I posted about Gengar PokePros today. And I'm just so irritated. And like I said, the point of this video was really just to go on a rant and share with you guys what happened, and that I'm trying to get cool inventory, but it's so hard. I really wanted that Deoxys box. And I did everything I could for it, man. I spent 2 days up 48 hours straight trying to work that deal. And he just, every text message was like 3-4 hours away for a text message, and it was just like, all you had to do was jump on a call. Hey, this guy wants to come out today with $20,000. I should probably call him, or maybe clarify that I'll be out of town right away instead of waiting the next morning, etc. Or not even the next morning. He waited like throughout the day, whatever. When I made it clear at 4 a.m. that I wanted to come out, he didn't even like mention it right away. Anyway, so many irritating things with this. Like I said, Gengar's a legit guy. He has legit product. He's not going to scam anybody, as far as I know, and what I've done with him, what I've seen. So I'm not saying he's a scammer or whatever. And if you guys want to do business with him, go ahead. I'm just saying this was so annoying. That's all. That's it. Like, sometimes there's really no point to a video other than to just rant. You know, like I had to deal with this all week this week. Instead of preparing for Collecticon more and preparing for my Black Friday more, I got sucked into this. And it's just really upsetting because it was a Deoxys box, and that is obviously the thing that's going to get people the most excited in the hobby when it comes to English. It's very obvious. Across the board, anyone will tell you Deoxys box is like the coolest box you can have. It's the most rare box you can have. First edition base set is rare, but it's not as rare as Deoxys, and it's not as cool as Deoxys. And you see first edition base pretty often, especially with Logan Paul, but you don't see Deoxys every day. And there's been one live stream of Deoxys ever, and that was a box break, and that was a month ago. So, like, to have the opportunity to be the only other person that's done that, even though it's not a complete box, it's finally in my price range, because normally it's like a $60,000 box. I'm like, great, let's do it. So he kind of tried to downplay the idea of the deal and say like, oh, it really wasn't as big of a deal as I made it out to be, etc. It really wasn't worth all the time, with just his actions. He didn't say any of that, but like just his actions of like, it doesn't matter. And we're all going through shit. I've had my shop for 2 years. It hasn't been a rainbow day every day. I go through shit all the time, but I still got to work just like the rest of us. He has a shop that he's trying to operate. I'm trying to offer a ridiculous amount of money for this box. All it took was 5 minutes of his time to call me or text me to let me know what was happening and what he could have done. But instead he could drag me on for 2 days and then gets mad that I have a temper tantrum at him after he jerked me off for 2 days. So yeah, that's it. Literally, I wish I could make a better video than that right now. But anyway, I'm about to have my Black Friday deal in like 10 minutes, so I need to go. Thank you guys. What are your thoughts on this? Wouldn't you be irritated if you were me? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm a very now guy, bro. We've Collecticon in 2 days. I wanted that box. I wanted to walk around Collecticon with that box and get pre-orders. That was the idea. I didn't tell him that. I didn't need to. I told him I wanted to get on a flight tonight. That was more than what I needed to say, right? He doesn't need to know what I'm planning on doing at the box because it doesn't matter. It doesn't concern him. All it needs to know is what he's involved with, right? And that was me getting on a plane. Like he said, he was leaving the next morning. I still could have went on a plane and met him in the morning before he left, or in the middle of the night, whatever. Some people work faster than others. I don't have time or money to just sit on product for weeks while he decides to message me whenever he can. And like, I don't have $20,000 to just sit around and wait for him to make a decision and whatever, and then ask for an art set last. The art set is what put me over, bro. Like, why would you ask for an art set the last minute? Like, obviously why I want the whole box. Why I want 30 packs. I explained it to you, and you're gonna ask for an art set last minute. People these days, bro. Gengar, if you're watching this, all good vibes, bro. Like, I hope you do what you're doing. Like I said, anybody can buy whatever. Like, sometimes we're just going through shit at home. I know you're going through a lot right now, whatever. I'm sending my best to you. I'm just very, very, very irritated with how you disrespected my time, and maybe in the future, think about that when you're working deals with other people. You got to be clear about your intentions and what you're doing. So that's all. I try not to waste people's time myself. I hope I don't. That's it, man. When somebody's trying to buy that much inventory from you at once, like, give them 3 seconds, please. It just makes no sense. Anyway, have a good day, guys. Love y'all. I'll see you later. Don't hesitate to give Gengar business if you guys are thinking about it. This is just my personal experience with him. He's legit. Anyway, bye, guys.